Hello, everybody. This is Natalie Levin Astrology. I am Natalie. It is Saturday, July 15th at 2:56 p.m. Thank you so much for being here. It's full on summer, and I want to let you know that I do have one spot open right now for a 7-day container with me, in which you would work with me one-on-one for a week for 7 days back and forth. And I drop in little tidbits of how the astrology is lighting up your chart. I speak in English so you can understand what I'm saying. And you get to share with me what it's like to be in your skin. And I am here to witness you. And I hold a very, very sacred space. So that one spot is open. It's $444. And I do, up until the end of August, have appointments available, and then I will not be available for August, up until the end of July, excuse me. Up until the end of July, you can make an appointment with me on my website, natalielevinastrology.com, $150 for a 45-minute live session. And then in August, I'm not going to be very available. So I invite you to make an appointment if you'd like at this point. And today the moon just entered Cancer for the next 2.5 days. So there will be, she just left Gemini, where there was a lot of mental for the past 2.5 days, I know I experienced this spinning mind. So for today, Saturday, and tomorrow, Sunday, there is an invitation to land even more in your feelings, in what it feels like to be you. What are your emotions? Are you able, if you can't name them, could you give them a color? Could you say, this is an image coming up for me about what it feels like to be in my skin? The sun is approaching for this weekend, a trine with Neptune. So it's a lot of water, a lot of emotion. There's an invitation, if you feel like this would be helpful, for you to go into the actual water. Like, what would it feel like for you to be in a pool, to be in a lake, to be in wherever there's a body of water that calls you? Can you actually listen to that? We have Mars in Virgo, which Anne Orderly says can feel like ants in the pants. So it can feel like I can't quite settle. I can't quite be still. I can't land in some quiet. So know that might be part of the astrology and how it's aspecting your chart. And we are building up and building up. I mean, we are basically feeling this. But something that is also happening as we move towards July 22nd, is the sun will be opposing Pluto. We'll be having what's called a grand square, or a giant square, on July 22nd. The sun will be opposing Pluto. The nodes will be opposing each other, and there will be squares everywhere, squares, squares, squares. So you are most likely feeling this buildup to this quite an apex moment. And that is actually next Saturday. These are moments that can feel like, oh, wow, I'm being forced to make a choice, either by my inner world or by outer circumstances. And this choice is going to change the course of my life right now. It might not be that dramatic for you, but I am feeling like with this kind of a configuration in the heavens, it's pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful. So this week leading up to it can feel like a lot of pressure. It can feel like, oh my gosh, how am I going to handle all this? Meanwhile, at the same time, Chiron, which is our youngest wounding, is stationing, and still it's slowing down. So can you invite yourself to, even there might be this thought, I'm going to put my hand on my heart and say, I am here for you. Like, Natalie, I'm here for little girl Natalie that might be feeling really freaked out and scared. I'm here for you. I'm with you. And little girl Natalie, I want to remind you that this 3D world is absolutely, there's no way to that for your brain to understand how little of a blip the 3D world is on the grand scheme of this incredible experience of being an eternal spirit and soul. Venus is also stationed right this moment. And there are many astrologers who are writing and talking about this. I am not one of them. I'm inviting there to be, there might be during this summer also a revision, a revising, a checking in is how am I enjoying, do I feel like I'm able to step into a sense of worthiness? Do I feel recognized for my worth by the people that matter to me? Do I recognize my own self? Like, I wonder if it sounds minimalizing to you listeners, but I really do feel like you get a big deal to get up and get out of bed in the world right now and brush your teeth and floss. And so am I able to honor my worth in those small particles that I'm doing, these little tiny particles, and shine this heart light, this Leo love light on my own self for what I'm able to do. I wonder how this lands with you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I do not take it for granted. I'm in a bathing suit because it is 5 million degrees here. And I am so grateful to be here with you all. And again, if you want to work with me, please go to my website, natalielevinastrology.com. Okay, thank you, everybody.